Let me ask you this. Why is it that a man will date a woman for 5, 6, or even 7 years? Let her cook, clean, ride for him, go through every struggle with him, and still not marry her. But as soon as they break up, he meets somebody new, and suddenly he's buying rings, planning weddings, and getting on one knee like he's been ready his whole life. Same man, same personality, same relationship needs, different outcome. Women call it wasted time. Men call it, I wasn't ready yet. So who's lying? See, tonight on the tea list, we're breaking down the real reasons men don't propose to the girl they've been with for years. And sis, some of it is going to sting, but it might also set you free. Welcome back. It's your girl, the tea list queen. And tonight, I already know the comment section is going to be loud because this episode is personal for a lot of women. Some of you watching right now probably dated a man for years, thinking, he's just getting his life together. We're young. We have time. He knows I'm the one. He'll propose eventually. And then you watch him go give everything you prayed for to the next woman in less than 12 months. So tonight we're breaking down why men stay in long-term relationships they never plan to marry. Why love isn't the deciding factor for men. Why the next woman gets the proposal. Signs he'll never propose. And how to avoid giving years to a man who isn't building a future with you. We're talking psychology, patterns, accountability, masculine development, all of it. Let's get into it. Let's start with something that hurts or frees you once you accept it. A man can love you deeply, but still not marry you. So let's talk about the psychology behind certain things. Women bond emotionally first, and men bond through responsibility first. And let me explain. Women feel ready when they love someone, right? And men feel ready when they feel like the man they want to be. Pause, right? Let that breathe. Listen to what I just said. See, we grew up watching Disney as women. He grew up watching the world expecting him to lead, provide, protect, and perform. I had to let that sink with me because the shows that my son is watching right now, PJ Masks, Hot Wheels, right? They all have the same message. These young boys have to go protect. They have to go fight crime and save the world. I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, it's cute, but they all have the same message. They're there to save the day. Meanwhile, my childhood, I was watching Snow White, Cinderella, The Little Mermaid, right? So the way we grew up is totally different. Love is just not enough for a man to feel prepared for marriage. He needs identity. He needs identity stability. For men, readiness is a formula. It has nothing to do with how good of a woman you are. It has nothing to do with how much you've given. And it definitely has nothing to do with how long you guys been together. So here's the formula. He marries when there's 4 things that line up. The first one is his money feels right. Because Men feel, especially men of this generation, women these days, yes, they say it's okay for a man to make less than them, but it's temporary. They feel like women will disrespect them. His career feels stable. His identity feels respected, and his self esteem feels intact. I didn't say perfect, I said stable. So I said his money has to feel right, correct? A man will not propose if he's financially insecure. He may date you, he may love you, he may even live with you. But marriage? Men view marriage as an economic decision just as much as an emotional one. He needs to feel like he can provide, even if you don't require it. He needs to feel confident about bills, home, kids, emergencies, and he also needs to feel like he can offer you a stable life. I've seen men stay with women for 5+ years. They ain't talking about, let me just get my money right. And then the moment that job promotion hits, the moment they move into that new apartment, the moment their credit score jumps, suddenly they're ready to settle down. Not because of the woman, but because of the season. Listen, men don't marry when life feels chaotic. If he's unsure about his career, hates his job, or feels stuck, he just won't attach more responsibility to himself. Not that he doesn't want you, it's that he doesn't want to fail with you depending on him. Men need to feel direction, purpose, clarity, momentum. Some men literally need to wait until the day they can say, yeah, I'm proud of the man I am today. Then they feel worthy of proposing. This is the part women never hear. Men marry when they feel like a man in her eyes and in their own eyes. A man will delay marriage if he feels disrespected, if he feels emasculated, if he feels controlled, he feels judged, he feels less than. Because in marriage, he knows those feelings hit harder. Dating is a car, marriage is a house. A man might drive around with the engine light on, but he's not trying to sign a mortgage with it blinking. Here's the truth. Marriage requires emotional regulation, consistency, vulnerability, commitment. If a man knows he's not emotionally disciplined, he won't propose. Not because he doesn't want you, but because he doesn't trust himself yet. So what happens? He loves you during the years he's becoming himself, but he doesn't propose because he's not ready, not secure, not confident, not stable. And then the next woman meets him after all the upgrades, after all the maturity, after the therapy, after the accountability he learned with you. And she gets the version of him you prayed for. That's the part women grieve the most. Some women are what I call the comfortable girlfriend. You're easy to be with. You don't require much. You support him. You understand him. You forgive him. You don't pressure him. You don't set expectations. And he loves being around you. But comfort does not equal commitment. If a man feels comfortable, he won't leave. He'll stay for years. Not because you're the one, because you're good for now. He enjoys your loyalty, your support, your stability, your affection, your company, your home, your body, your emotional labor. But none of that means that he sees you as a wife. A man dates a woman for 8 years, never proposes, breaks up, meets a woman who immediately establishes boundaries and marries her in a year. A woman does everything: cooks, cleans, supports his career, plans the dates, but he never steps up. Let me tell you a real life story, because this is the perfect example of a man who loved a woman but still didn't marry her. So I knew this girl. Let's call her Bree. Beautiful, soft, loyal, a writer for real. And she met this guy. We'll call him Marcus. I don't know what it is with me and Marcus. So she met Marcus when they were about 22 years old. And at the beginning, oh please, he was in love with that girl. I mean, texting all day, surprising her at work, talking about kids, talking about one day I'm going to marry you. And I do believe he meant it emotionally, because emotionally he adored her. But logistically, he was not ready for anything beyond vibes. When they met, he was still figuring out his career. He switched jobs like 4 times. He didn't have a savings account. His credit score was running from something. He was living with a roommate that ate all his food. It was a mess. But Bree didn't care. She loved him through all of his potential. She helped him apply for jobs. She helped him fix his resume. She cooked, cleaned, supported him. She was basically his emotional home while he tried to get his life together. Fast forward 6 years. 6 years. She's ready for marriage, ready for stability. She's dropping hints, showing ring pictures, asking, babe, where do you see us in the next 2 years? And he always answered the same way. I'm gonna get there, just not yet. Let me get myself together first. Mind you, sis has been holding it down. They lived together. She paid more bills. She planned the vacations. She did the emotional work. But he still didn't feel like the man. He would say things like, once I get the promotion, once I get my money up, once I get a better car, once I feel stable, then I'll be ready. And she believed him because she loved him. But here's the plot twist. At year 6, she couldn't do it anymore. She felt stagnant. She wanted marriage, kids, a house, the things she sacrificed for him in the relationship. So she left. Not in a dramatic way. She just said, I love you, but I can't stay in a relationship that has no timeline. And it broke her. It broke him too. Fast forward 1 year later, Marcus gets the promotion, pays off his debt, buys a new car, moves into a nicer apartment, starts therapy, and guess what? He meets a new girl. Let's call her Kayla, at a friend's birthday brunch. And within 10 months, he proposes to her. Now, when people hear the story, they say, wow, he wasted Bree's time. He never loved her. She wasn't good enough. But no, here's the truth. He always loved Bree deeply, but he didn't feel ready to be someone's husband when he was with her. Bree got the man he was trying to become. Kayla got the man that he had finally become. And that right there is why I always tell you guys, men do not marry from emotion. They marry from readiness. It doesn't matter how long you stayed. It doesn't matter how loyal you were. And it doesn't matter how much you supported him. If he does not feel like the man he wants to be, he'll stall. But once he feels he arrived, the next woman meets him at the finish line. Some women are emotionally affordable. That means he gets all the benefits without having to elevate himself. Let me break it down. You were patient. You were flexible. You accepted inconsistencies. You never required growth. You kept giving chance after chance. He didn't have to become better to keep you, so he didn't. Marriage requires movement. But if a man feels like he already has the wife without the responsibility, he won't move. He didn't stay for years because you were the one. He stayed because you were the safe place, not the next level. This is the part that makes women feel played. You get the broken version, she gets the healed version. Let me break down the male growth cycle. He enters a relationship immature. He makes mistakes. You forgive him. He doesn't change. Consequences hit. The breakup wakes him up. He hits rock bottom. He starts self reflecting. He becomes responsible. The next woman meets the improved version. You are the lesson. She becomes the benefit because you saw him before he believed in himself. You were there when he was insecure. You loved him unconditionally, and some men aren't mature enough to value that yet. It's not that he didn't appreciate you, it's that he appreciated you too late. Let's debunk a myth. Loyalty alone does not secure a marriage, respect does. What earns a man's respect? Boundaries, standards, consistency, self respect, not accepting bare minimum, ability to walk away, emotional stability, maturity, purpose, confidence. A man is drawn to loyalty, but he commits to respect. So, what makes respect fade? You overgave, you lost yourself, you accepted disappointment, you made excuses, you keep giving more than you receive. You stayed after major betrayals. You played wife before he chose you. He valued your presence, but didn't respect your boundaries. Men step up for women who require them to show up. This is what I want for my life. A woman who doesn't repeat herself. A woman who doesn't chase. And a woman who isn't afraid to say no. Because men choose wives based on their future, not the past. They commit when a woman inspires them, not when she tolerates them. You were good, but she requires greatness. So men look at marriage logically more than emotionally. He might love you, but not see long-term compatibility. I know we watch these shows like The Ultimatum, where couples are in these long-term relationships and they feel stagnant. There's no proposal. I want to help prevent those for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and give you signs that he will never propose. He shuts down marriage talk. A man who wants to marry will talk about marriage, not avoid the topic like it's a bill collector calling. If every time you bring up marriage, he changes the subject, gets irritated, gets quiet, that's why we got to talk about this right now. Acts overwhelmed. He's not planning a future with you. For example, you say, babe, where do you see us in the next few years? He responds with, why are you always rushing things? Let's just go with the flow. Why you always got to bring things up when things are good? Because he's not planning anything with you. Men who want to marry you aren't afraid of that conversation. In fact, they initiate it because they want you to feel secure. The next one is when he says one day. One day is one of the biggest scams in modern dating. It's hope with no homework, goals with no game plan. Men who mean one day take steps like saving, asking what ring style you want, talking to their family, planning timelines, adjusting finances. Men who don't mean it say one day to buy time and keep you quiet. Here's an example. You say, babe, do you see us getting married eventually? His response, yeah, babe, one day for sure. We got time. But 6 years later, no ring, no conversation, no timeline. no effort. Another hint is you never see a ring budget, not even a hint of one. A man who wants to propose starts thinking financially. Even broke men save for what they want. Another sign is he avoids long-term plans. Marriage requires planning, financially, emotionally, logistically. A man not planning anything with you is not proposing. If he avoids long-term vacations, moving together, combining finances, talking about future kids, discussing lifestyle plans, talking about where you want to settle, he's avoid seeing you in long term. He's avoiding seeing you in his long-term life. Another major red flag is he doesn't introduce you to his family. Men introduce wives in training. Men hide women they don't take seriously. If he keeps you away from his parents, doesn't invite you to family events, avoids holidays together, only lets you meet siblings, cousins, but not the parents, says my family's kind of weird as an excuse, he's not positioning you as someone he sees in his lifelong circle. I can go on and on about signs, but I'm going to stop right there, okay? Because I feel like this episode is going longer than it should. If you have to convince a man to marry you, he's not the man who will marry you. A man who wants to marry you will move toward you, not make you beg. Men take marriage seriously, even the ones who play games. Divorce scares men, okay? Losing half, losing family, losing identity, that's scary. Don't date for vibes. Date with clarity. You need to ask early questions. You see marriage in your future. What's your timeline? What do you look for in a wife? What does commitment mean to you? Walking in your femininity is fine, but don't give the whole package away. You can't waste your 20s and 30s hoping he'll change. A man who wants you will move in clarity. A man who doesn't will move with comfort. You weren't not enough. You just were with a man who wasn't ready, wasn't aligned, or wasn't courageous enough to choose you. Your worth is not determined by the ring he didn't give you. The right man will propose because he sees you, respects you, and is ready for you. Drop a comment. You believe men know early if a woman is wife material? Love you. See you all in the next episode. Stay smart, stay safe, and stay true. Mwah.